Scottsdale. The name alone conjures up images of sunny skies, sculpted golf courses, spa days, and perfectly filtered brunch spots on Instagram. But here's the question. Is Scottsdale still the polished desert paradise that it claims to be? Or is that glossy image starting to evolve? You see, for years, Scottsdale has ridden the wave of curated perfection. And honestly, some of that is very well earned. But just like any city experiencing growth, change brings with it a new set of realities. And those are worth talking about. If you're thinking about relocating to Scottsdale, and especially if you're going to be investing some serious money, you owe it to yourself to see the full picture, the opportunities, and the growing pains. Because while Scottsdale continues to be one of the most desirable cities in the Southwest, it's also undergoing some transformation. And knowing both pros and cons can help you buy smarter, live better, and avoid any surprises. Let's start with what Scottsdale still does incredibly well. The lifestyle here, it's exceptional. World-class golf courses, top-tier dining, luxury shopping, amazing architecture, and year-round outdoor living. This is not hype. It's real. And it's why Scottsdale remains a magnet for entrepreneurs, second homeowners, remote professionals, and high-profile individuals. But here's the nuance. This iconic image of Scottsdale perfection has also become somewhat of a brand. It's polished, curated, and heavily marketed. And not just by tourism boards, by influencers, developers, and even some real estate agents, which means the reality doesn't always match the fantasy. Not everywhere is ultra high-end. Not every neighborhood is completely polished. And some of that glamour, it's a little less sustainable than it looks at first glance. The good news here, if you know where to look and how to read between the lines, you can still find a neighborhood that's delivering everything that Scottsdale promises, with a little more authenticity and long-term value. Now, growth is a good thing. It means the city is thriving, attracting new investments, and staying economically strong. Scottsdale's boom has led to job creation, more dining and entertainment options, and a more connected metro area overall. But with this growth comes strain. Traffic congestion has increased, especially during snowbird season. This is when our winter visitors come and visit us for a few months. Commutes that used to be quick now do take longer, particularly near downtown or high traffic retail areas. New developments bring beautiful communities and higher property values, but they also bring noise, construction delays, and shifting neighborhood dynamics. And yes, homes are more expensive. The cost of living has climbed, and it's forcing many essential workers and long-term residents to reconsider where they live. And here's something that most people looking to relocate to Scottsdale don't realize. Scottsdale is nearly built out. There just isn't a lot of land left to develop. Between protected desert preserves, existing neighborhoods, and strict zoning laws, we are basically boxed in. And that means simple economics, supply and demand. Limited supply, strong demand means prices will likely stay high. This is why Scottsdale real estate tends to hold its value better during downturns. And while trying to wait for the crash here is often a losing strategy, still the city is actively investing in infrastructure and zoning adjustments to help manage all this pressure. And for buyers who are strategic, looking just outside some of the major hubs or into well-established yet overlooked neighborhoods, there are still incredible opportunities for lifestyle and equity growth. One of Scottsdale's biggest challenges and opportunities is its shifting identity. As new residents flood in, the city is being somewhat reshaped. Some say it's losing that authentic charm. Others say it's finally becoming that modern, world-class city that it was always meant to be. Yes, some local businesses have been replaced by national chains in some areas, but new restaurants, art spaces, and innovation hubs are also giving Scottsdale some fresh energy. It's not the same city it was 20 years ago, but that's not necessarily all a bad thing. Gentrification is a double-edged sword. While it revitalizes neighborhoods and brings in services, it also displaces long-time locals. The question Scottsdale faces now is, how can it protect its roots while still growing in a manageable way? The upside here, there is a strong local movement working to preserve cultural landmarks and support homegrown businesses. Farmers markets, public art, and community festivals are thriving if you know where to look. Now, every city has its critics, but in Scottsdale, those critics are often deeply invested citizens who care, and that's a good sign. We are seeing more community engagement than we ever have before, whether that's residents pushing back on unchecked development, advocating for zoning reform, or simply organizing to preserve open space and neighborhood character. Now, of course, some families and businesses are choosing to leave, chasing affordability or quieter living further out, but many others are doubling down, investing in their communities, and finding ways to shape Scottsdale's next chapter. And the result? A city that's not just reacting to change, but actively trying to direct it. Scottsdale's future isn't about preserving a static image. It's about evolving into something better. That means embracing some of the new development, at the same time demanding quality. It means growing while staying grounded. And it means making space for both long-term locals and new arrivals to thrive. For buyers, this presents both a challenge and a massive opportunity. If you come in with eyes wide open, you can find incredible homes, smart investments, and an unbeatable lifestyle. But if you buy the dream without understanding the reality, you could end up disappointed. The truth is, Scottsdale is still one of the most desirable places to live in the country. The question is whether it can remain not just desirable, but livable, inclusive, and sustainable. Now, before you buy here are 3 questions you should be asking your agent. What developments are planned within a 1-mile radius of this home? Now, as mentioned before, we don't have a lot of land left, so chances are the answer to that question will be not much, but it is still worth asking because timing is everything. What are the short-term rental rules for this area? And what are the city's regulations around short-term rentals? How has the neighborhood changed over the past 5 years? And what's likely to happen in the next 5? These questions will give you a much clearer view of your potential investment, not just for today, but 10 years from today. Scottsdale's not crumbling, it is evolving. And if you're thinking about calling it home, your best move is to learn everything you can, both the polished version and the real one. Now, if you want to learn even more about Scottsdale and why some people think it sucks, you're going to want to watch this video. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.